What's up, everyone? My name is Thomas, and this is patch notes. Oh shit, I forgot to scroll back up. Patch 5.12 notes rundowns by me. Officially, I am in gold, so now I am no longer a silver scrub. I've been playing a little bit of ranked lately. Climbed up the ladder, so you can from silver 2 to gold 5, almost at gold 4. So not a silver scrub anymore. So my reviews are no longer level silver; they're gold. Yay! But I've been having a lot of fun doing this. I've always enjoyed them. So here we go. So Facebook videos start playing on the side, but that's whatever. Basically, patch 5.12, the rundown. We're trying to bring back AP junglers. Nothing really too important. They just kind of chit chat about this. Visual effect updates. Brand Corki Galionadas. The following champions have received their ability to visual effects. I know Corkis and Brands and Galios are really nice. They're recoding the projectile system, line skill shots. So like Ezreal's Q are what basics are it? They like, for example, they gave basic Q, like examples of Ezreal's Q, E, and R and line missiles, but his basic attacks are not. Recalling changes. Let's be real. If people says. Okay, so this is nice. So now when you get hit while recalling in your shop will be forcibly closed. So if you're recalling and you're in shop, you're looking at items to buy, you get attacked, it will automatically close it for you. This is pretty big. Probably maybe save a few people's butts. And at 0.0 seconds. Oh wow! So that like frames in between stopping someone's TP is now a lot smaller. Alright, Ash's Q now only grants 1 stack per volley or enchanted crystal arrow. It's good. Small nerf. I think it's necessary. Make Ash a little bit fairer to play against. Braum damage has been upped. Cost has gone down, so this is a buff. This is good. Will help Braum in the laning to mid game a lot, especially with mana cost and everything. So you won't have to go frozen like anything really mana heavy reliant until you know, maybe Frozen Heart or something like that. Because I know a lot of Braum players would instead of going randoms, they would go for Frozen Heart just for the mana. So this is good. Echo, they're changing him a little bit. They're upping his mana growth, but they're lowering his base attack speed, and his attack speed growth is a little bit up. So at flat amounts, his attack speed is a little down, and mana's a little up. Nothing too big, but the Z drive passive, the base damage is 10 plus 10 per level, not 12. So they're nerfing that a little bit, so scaling over time is a little bit less. The Q time winder, the ability ratio is down. Thank God. Sometimes this thing with chunk people so much damage, especially on the way back. And then finally, Chrono Break costs 10 mana. I mean 100 mana, just like almost all ultimates for except maybe Jace and Elise, you know, transforming in Nidalee and stuff like that. So this is good. Give them a little bit more fair instead of the free Jesus. And then they nerfed the damage radius, which is nothing too huge, but it's definitely noticeable if you know you really relied on it. So Elise basically gets some pretty easy changes. They removed the healing frenzy. No longer adds on hit heals to Elise/Spiderling's basic attacks. Repel increases bonus damage and healing from Elise's Spider Tyrants for 40 upon landing. So they're kind of trying to make Elise a better tank in the late game, but her like in the mid game, but her late game tankiness and like effectiveness is still like meh, up in the air for me. And then her R spider form for each of Elise's basic attacks, the spider will heal her for blah 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 plus AP ratio. So like I said, better tank, but late game, mid game. So mid game power spike basically for Elise. Galio, base damage is increased, damage percentage increase per hit, maximum damage cap 80 from 40, which is nice. And then minimum damage output is also increased, which is nice. It goes off of a 1 ability power instead of a 0.84, which is nice. So Galio getting some nice hefty buffs. Probably still won't see him due to the due to the fact that his kit is really flawed. Just needs an overall redesign in my opinion. Gragas, his base health regen has gone down, and regen stats has also gone down. If anyone's played Gragas in the current meta, you guys just know that this guy just doesn't die in the jungle. His sustain is so well. I think I played a few games ago Gragas jungle, and I went through my whole jungle route, and I still had a health potion. I didn't even notice. I was just like, holy, I've sustained so much. His sustain in the jungle is just really top notch. They definitely need to nerf that down, because most junglers by the end of their route, they need a back or stuff like that. This guy could gank and stuff like that. So Jarvan gets a little buff on his from 13 to at all ranks. It goes down to now 11 seconds. This is good. Demacian Stand no longer confuses the pathing of jungle monsters. This is kind of nice, so when you're jungling, can't interrupt stuff. Jax's armor and magic resist is up on his Grandmaster to 30 to 40 to 70. So late game, Jax is gonna be so tanky. That is so insane. That's so much. That is so insane. That is a lot of tankiness. Pretty. W shields immediately. E gains a bunch of feel improvements. As an avid Lux player, I feel like this is a really good change. I have played this on the PBE. It was really nice. She feels less clunky. She feels more smooth and not as much as like like you're trying to play Lux with a typewriter, And then Malphite's base W is less, but scales with armor, and it has a larger effect area. So his W is a little bit better, and the splash area is a little bit bigger, but at the same time the damage is toned down a bit. But it's nice. It's actually a really nice buff for Malphite. Definitely making him a little bit more viable against most characters. Oh, here comes the big daddy-o. Basically, Ryze has gotten a lot of changes. The passive duration from 6 seconds to 2.5 to 10 seconds on his Arcane Mastery. And then the spell cooldown floor 2.5 has been removed completely. The overload, new passive, increasing supercharged effect to 3, 4, 5, 6, 3.5, blah blah blah. Base damage is significantly lowered. Is 40 mana at all ranks instead of at 30, 35, 40, and 50. So missile length is increased a little bit. It was a little hard to hit his Qs, but they significantly lowered. So they basically made it, because it used to be. So basically, this will hopefully encourage players to only be using getting the root at level 1 or maybe level 3. So they don't want people to be maxing W basically, because this guy, if you guys didn't see LCS play, they'd be like root, completely balanced. Trundle R basically steals more HP. That's basically much it. That's pretty good. Trinimir's critical chance frame increased by 14, so matches basic attack frame rate. So yeah, basically, because a crit relying champion, because his crits animation took a little bit longer than his normal animation. This is just to make him a little bit of a better champion. And then W rewind, fix the bug that causes the Q to come a little slower than intended. Good. Maybe a splash update. New enchantment. Runeglaive, basically the AP. They're trying to make it a little better. Second tier plus Sheen, blah blah blah. Ability power 40, cooldown reduction, 10%, which is really nice for junglers. And then 20 Spellblade after using an ability, blah blah blah. Basically same thing as Shield. And then after using an ability, and then on fix a burst around the turret and restores 8% of your missing mana. Which is pretty nice. So for JP junglers, maybe like Echo Jungle will be now a little bit more prevalent. Amumu gets benefits from this. Alistar Jungle, maybe. I'm trying to think. Wukong, maybe a little bit. No, not Wukong. What am I saying? Diana Jungle, stuff like that. This is good. Runic Blessing is removed from the game. Thank God. This is such a bad mastery. I was surprised. Anyways, but basically, swap positions for Rune Blessing now. Damage reduction from 3% to 2%. This is pretty good, if you want a little bit of more tankiness. Tenacious Stop with Tau 3 goes from 15 to 10%. Legendary Guardian, other stuff, defensive things. New now occupies the 4th swiftness tiers, 1 mastery point. Gain 4% of your bonus armor as magic resist if you have more bonus armor than magic resist, or gain 4. So basically, this is helpful for like those champions that have like mixed damage. And basically, you gain more armor if you have more magic resist, and if you gain more magic resist if you have armor. This is really nice. Adaptive armor. This is really good for tanks and stuff like that. So base turns. The base laser is no longer slow or reduced damage dealt by targets they're lasering. Yeah. So they no longer slow, and the layers do target damage reduction. That's pretty good. I like that. That was a really annoying part of the addition. And then the pool party rewards. The community have earned the rollouts to the having the minions and the double XP weekend. So if this weekend, the current weekend, which will be 2015, June 23rd through the 25th through the 26th through the 28th or something like that, will have double XP weekend, which is pretty nice. Pool party skins are out. I think these are really cool. Definitely the Zack one. This is like inspired by the community. A lot of people really like this. Good thing that Zack gets a new skin. Rek'Sai, which surprised me how fast they got the Rek'Sai one out. Whoa, like this bitch came out just a little while ago. Draven gets a skin. Mundo and Lulu. I really like the Lulu one. It's really cute. I like the pufferfish and stuff like that. So yeah, and then chroma packs, we got Rebel Caitlyn, we got blue, gray, green, and yellow, pink and white. I really like the pink and white one. It's really nice. They had this one seems a little too close to this one. I know a lot of people were complaining. I really like the pink one. Pretty nice. Forge or Darius. This looks really cool. I really like the gold one. Really stands out. I like it a lot. Probably by myself. Haunting Morgana. Morgana gets some. I really like the green one, and I really like this one. This one kind of looks like, reminds me of the angel one, the fallen angel one. So I like this one. I dig it. Bubblegum Pink Zack. This is literally my favorite, but these two kind of look the same, which I kind of don't like. I wish they kind of made it a little bit of a difference, but like I said, this one is probably gonna be my favorite. Tristana, hair color, and some of the, the glass design looks nice. I really like the blue one. The pink one reminds me too close of Riot Girl Tristana. Really like the blue and the light blue one. We already went over Zack. Master Yi. Really like the gold one, and I actually like all of these. These all look really cool and really well done. These kind of look really nice, honestly. I really like them. So top of the hat to Riot to making some pretty cool chromas, especially for a Forager Dare. Actually, all of these like have at least one cool chroma pack that I'm thinking about buying. So Riot's really stepping up their game with the chromas. I like that. See that from that. This has been Patch Notes 12.5. I'm a little sleepy, a little tired. Had a long weekend. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, whatever you want to do. And I'm no longer a silver scrub, so you guys are watching gold reviews / more. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out.